All right, so leading in, I'd like to set it up for you. So leading into the conversation, and especially with what's going on currently, is this idea of wellness and responsibility. So in terms of responsibility, I'd like to frame it as all of us as individuals have a responsibility to behave, be well, whatever you want to describe that. Then you have a family, or you have a network around that person. And then you have individual, you have family, and then you have a network of, say, neighborhood, then you have a network of community, then you have, say, state, federal, and world. So there's all those sort of concentric circles but ultimately, there's a level of responsibility at each one of those circles.
Starting with the individual.
Yeah, and right. So is it clear to people what their pathway to wellness is? So that's where I'd like to start today, and kicking it to you with, how did you come up with the Outlaw Way as a way to articulate that wellness?
Okay.
It's called the meatball. That's called the softball right there, Amanda.
So I think I see where you're getting at there. So starting at an individual level, this started for me almost 10 years ago, transitioning out of the military, doing it is in 2nd Ranger Battalion, a few deployments, transitioning out. Use that background in the top secret security clearance that I had to segue into a job at the Pentagon, doing some stuff with national level nuclear command and control communications capabilities.
When you first got that job, were you I'm imagining that you were super pumped.
Well, yeah, I was
stoked. I got it.
Super stoked, super pumped. It was not only was it going to be a big paycheck, and all of that, but because of the top secret nature of the job, I couldn't be read on to the totality of what we were actually going to be doing, right?
Okay.
So it was like, oh man, because you have to get there, get screened in, even once you're there, you have to spend 2 weeks outside of the actual SCIF, the office where you're going to be working, while they continue to vet everything, and then it's finally like they can come in and be like, okay, and here's what the job is going to be, right? But from my perspective, I'm like, okay, well, all the top secret information, that was read into the need for the top secret clearance where I was at Ranger Battalion was all at a tactical level, right? So you have the tactical level, then you have the strategic level. So the tactical level, like boots on the ground, going around conducting operations. Then you have the strategic level, right, which is the kind of the next level up where that's the level that's moving the chess pieces, moving the pieces on the board. And then there's the policy level, which is kind of like ambiguous cloud land, where we're going to write the policies that trickles down to affect the strategic. But I'm like, man, if they're looking at my background at the tactical level and planning level as an officer in Ranger Battalion, right, and then that clearance was for that, I can't wait to find out what this job is really going to be about. It's probably going to be about something awesome, right? So then I get there, get read on, and find out what it really is man, I went from the tactical level, very hands-on approach, skip strategic, and it was all policy level stuff. Okay. Very bureaucratic, super ambiguous, super slow pace, right? For example, I was there for 2 years, and in that 2 years, I concluded one project that I was working on. And not to bore you guys, but the project was when 9/11 went down the first time, the only time, when it initially went down, there wasn't like a set structured way for all the nation's senior leaders, being the president, vice president, secretary of defense, all the way down to the combatant commanders and different generals. There was no way for them to all communicate over a top secret net, over a top secret video conference